Let's talk about dates. Dates seem to be the most critical thing that a purchaser is going to be looking for here towards the end of the process. They're excited. You gave them an estimated closing date when you wrote the contract. They've been mulling through the process patiently. They've been excited about our product, and they're getting this furniture laid out in their mind, and they're ready to see their home furnished. It's probably getting close to a holiday, and your customer is going to call you up, and they're going to say, I want to know when my closing date is. And for you, I would like in your mind to see a red flashing light and then hear an ambulance siren going off in your head, because a huge mistake that any person, not just a salesperson, it could be a CM as well, out in the field, the biggest mistake that they could possibly make towards the end of this process would be to verbally issue a closing date to their customer. And I want to give you a little tip right now. It's called the anticipated clause. I just want you to understand that anytime you give your customer a closing date and you say it's anticipated or you say that it's estimated, in their mind, they don't hear the words estimated and anticipated. They hear the words guaranteed. It never fails. Please don't be the good guy and say, hey, you know what? Yeah, it looks like your house will be done in probably about 90 days from what typically our building process, from the time you started and what I can spot and all this. And don't do that, because they're going to hear that you just said 90 days. They're going to go straight to the bank and they're going to lock in a rate for 90 days. It will inevitably 91 days from that day for us to actually be able to close their house. And now who looks bad? You look bad. Woodland Homes looks terrible. It's going to cost them money, and then they're going to be super irritated because of this clause number 6 in this Woodland Homes addendum. It specifically states that unless they are provided in writing a closing date from the closing department at Woodland Homes of Huntsville, that it is not going to count. The only way that they can lock in a date and hold us accountable for it is going to be if we give that to them in writing. We typically issue those dates in writing between 45 and 60 days. Now, in some cases, it may be a little bit sooner. In some cases, it may be a little bit later. The point is, with number 6, your customers need to understand that no verbal issue of a closing date by the salesperson, the construction manager, or anyone at Woodland Homes other than the closing department is going to lock them into a closing date. And we work with our customers on this. We're not so rigid about it that it's going to cost them a lot of money, but we certainly want to make sure that we don't get in a situation where they lock in a mortgage rate and then we can't hit that date only because someone in the field verbally told them what it was going to be. So do your good deed for the day and don't give out a verbal closing date. Make sure that you stay away from that.